Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Yesterday, gold had given a very good move following a liquidation and creating a lower low, and we were able to capture most of it. And as you can clearly see for today, I have a long trade and currently it is running. And I'm undergoing a challenge where I'm trying to build a small capital based account of $180 to grow as much as I can. And on the upcoming days, I'll be sharing with you guys the trades that I'm taking, the concept behind each and every trade. And you can see this is a profit from yesterday, 13th July and 14th July. I started the challenge with $180. Currently, it is running at $500. Within a day, we were able to capture around $300. And right now, the trade that I'm having is long trade, and I have booked most of the quantities. I'm letting the one quantity run. And let me explain the main concept that I have used to take a trade. So before jumping into any trade, there are a set of rules that I follow to get a clear clarity on what my trade bias is on whichever session that I'm trading, let it be London session or US session or Asian session. Uh, what is the trading bias that the current market is following, and what are the different scenarios that is possible on the upcoming sessions as well. And before all that, I go through a proper analysis of what the long term bias is and then the short term bias. Then I get into the intraday bias. So let's take a look at how the long term bias has been. If you notice, when the gold has given a such a huge profit booking, or we can say dip of around 30 percentage, breaking the yearly low of March 23. But what is happening after breaking the yearly low is that we are not seeing any follow from new set of sellers. Neither the buyers are giving up. Even though the market is sustaining here, we are not finding the market giving any red huge candle showing that the selling is continuing. But what is happening here is that buyers are still respecting these levels and the accumulation is continuing. So how did we figure out that accumulation is continuing and the market is not trying to get sold off from here? For that, we can, what I use is, give me a second. Yeah. So you can add an indicator called as volume delta, which is nothing but the difference between the sellers and buyers volume. So what this gives is for each and every 5 minutes or the whichever time frame you are using, you'll be able to clearly differentiate what is the difference between buying volume and the selling volume has happened for that particular time frame. But because when you see just normal volume, that is going to give the total volume that has happened. That does not differentiate between the buyers and sellers volume. But what I follow is I follow volume delta time. So this will clearly indicate at particular time frames what's the total buying volume and what is the difference of the buying volume and selling volume that has happened. So for example, here if you see for this time, this moment, the buyers are too much. Even though the red candles are coming, we might be tempted to know that this is selling volume, but the buying volume has already started to come. Just an example that I'm giving. So that's how I try to read. So if we go through a daily candle, let me go to daily candle. Let me go to 1 hour candle. Yeah. So this is the hourly candle. So what we saw on a daily candle, we are seeing the market when it's trying to break the yearly low. We are not seeing any sellers follow up. But at the same time, are the buyers trying to hold up that level? That we have to figure out by checking whether the volume is happening and whether the accumulation is continuing. What will happen if the major support levels or the resistance levels are respected? We would see the stronger participants coming and averaging their position. So we were able to see in the July July first week sessions, or you can say from June 25th July. This is where the lower low was created after creating the yearly low breaking. So here I was able to figure out accumulations are going on. Yeah, not just following the volume delta, I follow order flow, market profile, as well as price action. So I'll take you to order flow as well to clearly show how the orders have been punched, which will double confirm us that the buyers are still present and they are trying to accumulate more position for their long term view. With this volume delta indicator, we are able to see when the market tried to break the support, it is no more getting any follow up. You can see, how much the difference between the each support is. It is no more getting any follow up, and we are seeing, you can see here, right? The candles, the buying volume is still holding up. If you see the other red candles in these zones, which are very less compared to these bigger volume. So the first accumulation has started in this zone, and after that we are seeing market spending quite some time, 3 4 days, and market is sustaining there. Even though we are not seeing immediate higher high creation, but still market is sustaining. Because whenever a bigger participant has to do the accumulation, they take time because they have to invest huge amount into the market. Let's say for 10 or $20 million, they need time, because if they want to punch in 20 million or $10 million at a day, at a time, they can't punch in. If they do so, their average value is going to go up. That is not what they want. So they will spend time, 3 4 days, or minimum a short term, we can say it can be days, weeks, or months. So here we are seeing that first accumulation started here, and we are getting the follow up accumulations here. And let me take you to order flow, where we'll be clearly able to see the orders and the depth of orders that we are seeing from the buyer side. So this is order flow chart. I know many of you are not equipped with order flow and market profile. I have been trading in this market profile and order flow for the past 5 years. I have advanced and deep knowledge on this. So in the upcoming videos, I'll be discussing many more core concepts that will help you start or continue your order flow and market profile journey. Because no matter which system you are following, I would request everyone to start at least order flow as a layer of your system, because that is going to be super crucial. You'd be seeing many of the traders that you're following in YouTube or your mentors getting adapted to order flow and market profile, because nowadays, um, price action, SMC, ICT, many people are following. So once a system gets followed by many people, it won't be that accurate as it used to be. And order flow, why it never loses its brightness? Because it gives us the real orders that are getting punched. And but with candlesticks or volume, just with volume indicators, we would not be able to know how depth and how big and huge the orders are, where the order blocks are, how buyers and sellers are confident on short term and long term. This we will be able to identify through order flow. So let me take you to the place where we found the accumulation has started. So here we can see, uh, don't need to get confused seeing the orders. Just remember that the orders that we see on the left side are the sell orders, and the orders that we see on the right side are buy orders. This is nothing but, you can see the green candle and red candle. This is just a 30 minutes, half an hour candle. And you're seeing the left side, we are seeing the sell orders, and right side, we are seeing the buy orders. Yeah. So to give a reference, if you see this half an hour candle, if you see the half an hour candle that has happened on June 24th at 22 p.m., we are seeing the sell orders on the left side and the buy orders on the right side. Just take a look at the orders. They are all three-digit number, let's say 600, 600. But remember, this is nearly to the year low. So what we are expecting? We are expecting the buyers or sellers to come in huge numbers. If buyers are expecting the support, we are expecting them to come in huge numbers. And that's what exactly has happened when we broke the year low. You can see, the depth of the volume. You can see here, right? So after this volume has come, market has, in this candle, we have started seeing the volume coming in, and the follow-up candles also, we can see good volume. You can see, right? See here, 206. And the volume you can see, this is nothing but, you can see volume, buy volume and sell volume. So here you can see 42K. These are huge order, huge volume. In comparison, if you see other half an hour candles, it's just 3K. But when it broke the year low, when it broke, it created a lower low. We are seeing huge increase in buying volume. That is good. That's a confirmation that we are getting that buyers are still respecting these levels. So what happened after that? After that, on the follow-up candles also, we are finding good buy volume. And if accumulation has to continue, market has to sustain, as I said. And on the sustaining days, we would see they are slowly averaging their accumulation position. That's what we are seeing on the upcoming days. You see here again, we are getting good orders, good volume coming in. And what is happening? sellers are not able to sell the market below their accumulation low. That is one more confirmation that the buyers are strong and dominant about their position. Here we can see, right, the sellers, after creating the lower low, when the accumulation has started, they were not able to push the market even more down. They hold on to the levels. The buyers are holding on to the levels, and the market is sustaining onto the higher level. So this is the first long-term view that the buyers are still holding and the accumulation has started. Now let's break it down to the short-term view. So just by seeing the accumulation started, we can't confirm that the market is not going to create a lower low and the market is going to reverse from there. For that, what we have to do is we have to even more zoom in, or we have to find out the short-term confidence. Let me explain you the short-term confidence of the market. So for a short-term view, what we have to do is what we have to analyze at least the previous thing or what is happening in the past few days, or like a week time or the past 10 days. So here it's much more easier because we have already identified that accumulation has already started. So what happened after accumulation would give us a confirmation whether they are done with accumulation, are they going to continue the accumulation, or the market is ready for another lower low creation. So what happened after accumulation is going to be very crucial. So let's see. After we figure out that accumulation has started here, if they are respecting these levels, spending more time, adding more orders means accumulation is still continuous. After that, what happened? Market was trying to create a higher high. You can see this is the first resistance on the path of the buyers if they are going to take the market high. So what happened when the market tried to probe above the first resistance zone? The buyers were not finding confidence. You can see it market started creating lower low, which means simple terms that accumulation is not done yet by the long-term buyers. Means they have to invest more money. So what would they do? They would let the market to come to their location again for them to average. For that, what do we need? We need sellers to short-term sellers to kick in, or the short-term buyers to give up. So what would happen if the short-term sellers come in? That's a win-win situation for the long-term buyers, right? The short-term sellers would easily push the market down to their location where they can average it and again take the market high. Or the other way around is if the short-term buyers who are taking the market above the accumulation zone, if they are not finding any follow-up, they will eventually give up. So that time also the market can come down. That's what has happened after July 6th, because buyers are not finding confidence. If the accumulation is done, market would sustain here and create a higher high and try to probe above the further resistance, which is not eventually happening. So what is happening is accumulation is not done yet. So yesterday, and so the from the past 3-4 days, I was more interested on shorts and we were able to capture good shorts. That's a short-term view. So what happened now? Yesterday, the market was able to come back to the accumulation zone. Does this mean that market is weak? Absolutely not. This is just the short-term sellers or the short-term buyers letting the market slip down to their accumulation zone, which is what the market is looking after, the confidence of the long-term buyers. Now, the market is easily on the accumulation zone. So what happened yesterday? Now let's take a look at how I was able to take a long trade today based on all these readings. Now we looked at the long-term view, then the short-term view, and now before taking the trade today, what the concepts that I looked after to make sure that we are going for the longs. So yesterday, if you see, uh, clearly the gold has created a lower low. Clearly the gold has created a lower low, and after creating a lower low, what has actually happened? We have to keep in mind that market is getting sold off to test the accumulation participants confidence, correct? So when the market comes down to accumulation zone, what we expect these accumulation participants to react. So how do they react? They react simply by averaging more. So what we need to get? We need to get more orders in this location, or else the market is going to create a lower low. So what we have to see when this liquidation or when this dip happens, what are they doing after that? Because this is already in their accumulation zone. So what are they doing is very important. So let's check what happened yesterday and today. And this is order flow. So if you see here, when the market has dropped down, we are seeing good accumulation again by the buyers, which is what we are expecting the long-term buyers to do. And we saw good accumulation after, and you can see right here, good orders coming in, and the market was not able to create a lower low. Here you see the volume is increasing. These are all good signs that the accumulation is still under process. And buyers have not yet given up, even though the market has created a lower low below the year low, but still the buyers have not given up. So seeing all this, I have taken a long trade. And you can see the currently the market is my trade is still running. We have captured more than 250 pips, and still it is running. So this is the current trade that I'm looking after. And what is my view for the upcoming session today? For today, in the US session also, I am not expecting a huge fall below this level. So I would mostly consider the market to be buy on dip market, and I would look for any retracement or weaker pullback to again add my position to look for the longs. And when will be the longs invalidation? If the market finds any short-term sellers again, and the market is giving a good retracement, again low to test this low. And if the market sustains in this low, then we are expecting another lower low. Still, in long term or even in short term bias, market is not weak. It is going to create a higher high. That is what the current take is from order flow and market profile. I'll keep you updated with my trades hereafter, and I would try to create more videos on order flow and market profile. Thank you all for being here. And if you're new here, please subscribe the channel, and see you in the next video.